And welcome back. It is still the FSL Valorant Open 3 crazy games, and they're only going to get crazier. We might have thought Baby Aluka was insane, but that recent performance, Tricks showing up, Aya plus Ivory over by Showers, it's just immense control over that one section of the map. And of course, unfortunately, KMO, they are out of the tournament, but they do secure themselves that fourth place slot win. So it's a nice little consolation prize of about 50, I think 50 Singapore dollars. And moving on, it's going to be the next game. It's Galaxy Racer versus Oasis Gaming. I think you mentioned that it's a little bit of a revenge slash grudge match. You know, they played it in the very first game of this English stream. They lost to Oasis Gaming 12-14. It's still a very close game. What do you think is going to happen this time around, Key?
We're gonna see something different this time around, and the reason I'm saying that is because for both teams, it was really close for that game. It went to overtime. It was 14-12 in favor of Oasis Gaming. It was on Haven, and now we're actually gonna see a different map. It's gonna be Bind this time around, and we've seen how GXR played on Bind just now. We're not sure if Oasis Gaming can pull off the same thing, but we saw Oasis against SXG on Icebox, so this is gonna be a different map for both. For Oasis Gaming, we've seen them on Haven, we've seen on Icebox. Now it's gonna be Bind, and GXR, they've been really strong on Bind since Open 2. Like I think this Aya plus Ivory Bats control for the orb has been unchallenged so far, and if they're gonna get their map pick here, I think GXR just might be able to break that, just have the difference, right? Because it was a tie game earlier. It went to overtime. So if they actually get to execute on Bind the way they did against KMO, I think that Oasis are going to have to battle GXR for that control.
I agree with you, but I also kind of think there is something behind the works here. It's going to be very interesting because if we just take a second to look at the map pick and ban phase, the way it went was that I think GXR won the coin toss, so they got to decide which maps get to be banned, and they went along with Ascent and Icebox. All right, so Ascent and Icebox are banned, which meant that okay, the remaining 3 maps Oasis gets to pick. Of all the maps to pick, Oasis went with Bind. Oasis
Okay,
could have
that's
been watching the stream. Oasis could have something in plan. And if they pick Bind after seeing this crazy performance by GXR, either they don't know what GXR has and they're not prepared for this, or they are and they have some way to counter GXR's playbook. So I don't know, dude. This could be a very dangerous game for GXR.
they might be ready for this, and I think they're probably really close. The players between
Oh
GXR
yeah.
and Oasis, they probably scrim a lot with each other. Ascend and Icebox being banned again, it's GXR not wanting to play those really open maps, which is why I'm really excited for Breeze to come in, because that adds a third really open map into this. And not picking Haven, maybe it could mean two things, right? Maybe Oasis was just uncomfortable with Haven, like it went to overtime. They didn't want that. They felt that they could probably play better against GXR. Fine. They also have extra intel from the game they just watched. Like you mentioned, maybe they have some counter strats ready. Maybe they're gonna bring the Odins into bats and wait for the ring of the ultimate orb and then shoot the wall down. I don't know. That could steal around. That could be a surprise. And that what happens after that? Like if you know they'd buy Odins to challenge you, Aya just stops getting that ultimate orb, and the whole playbook you're gonna have to throw it away because that wall is gonna be paper against Odin's, right? Like we've seen that get destroyed with I think it was KMO. They played 3 or 4 at bats to spray down that
Just to
wall.
take the wall down. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if Oasis are prepared to do that and challenge that to discourage Aya from getting the orb ever, I think GXR are gonna have to retool, right? We're gonna have to see. I want to see what Oasis wants to bring into this as well, because GXR, it's straightforward. They've done this in Open 2. Open 3, it's the same similar strat for them. Aya on the stage. Let's see if Oasis have something in plan here, because we saw the Astra Viper didn't really work out so well. Let's see if Oasis also have something in mind. I think maybe a Sky, or another Astra Viper, but this time around with maybe better execution. We'll have to see.
Who knows? Who knows? I, for one, would a little bit controversial, but I want to see Brimstone just because who knows? Maybe. I mean, with of course, the smokes last a little bit longer than your default smokes, but I mean, yeah, the stim beacon, it's kind of maybe a little bit lackluster, a little bit weird of a piece of utility, but you actually, with the increased fire rate, maybe you can use that to break down the sage walls. I don't know, maybe. But that's the thing. You brought up interesting points. Either Oasis has counters, but let's say Oasis do, and they are able to contest, for Bath's control and even maybe something to counter tricks. I don't know if you can stifle her headshot somehow, but if that were the case, the question becomes, how deep is GXR's playbook? Do they have a plan B? Plan A is okay, standard sage ball outside of showers, Ivory there to support. Maybe Baby Aluka still on Raze. She does crazy things on the A side as well. I mean, you mentioned the boombot, you send it down, the teleporter, maybe even information through outside of hookah or something. And Trix just rotates back and forth. She's also supported by her teammate, getting information down B fountain. Yeah, that's their plan A. What about plan B?
Plan B? Trix go kill? Baby Aluka go kill?
Maybe. I'm curious. I do want to pose this question to anyone in the chat. I know there are some GXR Filipino fans in the chat, and they probably, I mean, at the very least for me, I don't know about Yuki, but I've only ever seen GXR playing in FSL. If they have, played in other games, have there been teams that kind of counter their playbook on bind? And if so, do they have other plans in store? And what could they be? What I don't know.
We'll have to see. I mean, both teams are strong, so it's going to be Oasis Gaming or Galaxy Racer. So which team is going to sheesh us out? Who knows? But it's going to be a similar lineup for GXR. So it's going to be that playbook. And on the side of Oasis, there's the Astra and the Reina. So that's going to be that's going to be the difference here. It's the same lineup they had on Haven, I believe.
Oasis and Galaxy
Galaxy Racer, man.
Select your agent.
Okay, Muffin is different. She's on the Raze instead of the Jet. So I think Jet stocks are going down right now. But GXR, they're gonna run the same thing. They're comfortable with this lineup. This is how they play bind. They're sticking to their own flavors, and I like that.
Ooh. Yeah, certainly you would, but I don't know. This could be a very interesting game. I mean, if Stan is the Radiant on the side of Oasis Gaming, and Trix is, she's okay. Yeah, let's take a pause for a second. Give me, you know some stuff about Trix. Like, what's her background? She used to be a pro?
Yeah, she used to play pro CS.
So,
I mean, everyone here is a pro in the right now, but
of course.
But Trix has a history. Like she's already been playing at a high level for the longest time, which is why she's really good. She was also an analyst for VCTPH, by the way. So if you're watching Valorant Champions Tour, Trix is analyst for English broadcast. So like she's really knowledgeable in the game. She's really good. I played a few games with her. She's really nutty. The way she aims him. The funny part is we haven't seen her play the operator or the Jet here. She's playing the Sova and she can frag with that. So Galaxy Racer have two. I mentioned at the beginning 2-star players, right? It's Baby Aluka or Trix. Previous map was Baby Aluka on Haven, and then now in the map after that it was Trix on Bind. So let's see what they can bring up. Let's see what they have up their sleeve here. Galaxy Racer on the attacking side, and Baby Aluka with the instant aggression.
Oh my god!
Grenade comes out. Easy though.
Well, they make it an even trade. Both players are down. Stan is the one rotating all the way to the back of Elbow, though. So not a full commit yet, but Muffin comes in out of, I guess, the teleporter, and then Anko with the double headshot. Ghost, well, 1 headshot, 1 kill, and that's Bath's control. 1-0.
That's 1-0. Oasis. Well, behind is the desert map, and
Dude,
they are the Oasis in this desert map with all those kills. They're finding damage left and right here, and that was, I thought GXR kind of had the advantage there after quickly disposing of 2. Right, and then all of a sudden, everyone just popped off. Muffin kind of knew that someone would stay back. She checked Hookah there with her frenzy, and Anko with the double kill. Okay, this 2-person bass push to secure the orb is standard. It's Galaxy Racer also securing that. I think PaperX also likes running it with 2 players just to make sure it's ultimate orb economy. And Baby Aluka now has the sheriff, so they have to be scared here. They still have to respect the sheriffs here. Oasis have the bias, but they have to respect Baby Aluka looking for the heads.
Yeah, the respect, and that's why they've fallen all the way to the back of the site. But I'm loving the positioning from Lax. I mean, as an Astra, when you go into Astral form and you want to place your stars down and all of that, you kind of leave yourself exposed. But she's pushed up in these forward positions, and the stars are already deployed. All she needs is to activate them, but without that much information, she gets the information off of her teammates, and there's the gravity well. She comes up with a swing, double headshot Spectre. She's looking for the third, but the damage has been done, and of course Muffin going through the teleporter. The paint shells explode, plus the frenzy. Oasis Gaming, they have plans. This is their playbook.
That they do have something up their sleeve, and Lax playing the position. I mean, you can't do that every single round, but if you pull that once in a while, that gravity well combination with the anti-eco Spectre up close, like your teammates kind of like get information for you. Someone's in hookah.
Yeah.
You activate the gravity well, pull them in. She got 2 there with the Spectre because they're basically unable to run for cover or do anything. They're gonna have to like fight the Spectre head on, and she gets those 2 kills. So great execution here by Oasis Gaming so far.
Ooh. So far, well, right now there's a little bit of information being bought by Muffin. Of course, things are slowed down a little bit. We have GXR on the full buy. But Muffin just looking to do some damage, and she's able to take down 1. That's 1 weapon gone. She makes it a little bit easier for herself as well. At the very least, with all this information, I think Oasis should be rotating fairly soon. Anko, though, able to find 1. Puts a stop to one of the plans, but Baby Aluka, they don't know that she's in the smoke, but the dismiss, though, goes into the smoke and in towards Aluka's face. Now, 3v3, Spike has not been planted. It's a question of...
teleport here.
Yeah, exactly. Has Oasis rotated over? If so, do we take the teleport? And that's the question on GXR's minds. That's why they haven't gone in for the plant yet.
Placing swarm grenade.
They still have a bit of time
30
here.
seconds left.
Okay, they're going for the A plan instead. Oh, there's gravity well.
Well, Ivory was the one to find a kill, so not too bad.
I think that was planned.
Yeah,
Like,
they saw the
star there. Yeah.
Spike planted.
Well,
Last player
Stan
standing.
walks in, Baby Aluka. Blast pack already in place.
Oh, she reloaded.
Uh-oh. Well, has to reload now for Baby TZ picking up Aluka's Phantom. And of course, Yaya and Ivory know exactly where Baby TZ was. Interesting. GXR, they have some plans of their own, making adaptations on the fly, but you're starting to see Oasis Gaming are not to be trifled with. Even with, we saw this earlier on, right? Baby Aluka, she would use her blast packs as kind of this zoning ability, but against someone like Stan, no, I'm not going to be threatened by a blast pack. I'm going to push right into you, and even if I do die, it's a bit of a statement. It's confidence from the Oasis players.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence for them. But GXR, let's see if they can keep the winning, right? Like you want to get round 3 and 4 if you lost the first 2 rounds. Kind of even things out, start building things up for yourself. This is Oasis' buy round though, so let's see if full buy versus full buy. Oh, Muffin actually only has to judge here. Oh yes, Muffin with the judge. Is she gonna play gun game with us again? Like, is she just gonna shovel those guns?
There's a chance. Oh, she's doing it. She goes in. Kind of managed to take Tricks down, but Well, at the very least, Trix is down to 14 points of health.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, but
Dude.
Trix with 14 health is you just need a whisper and she falls, right? A classic bullet from the classic from so far, or through the wall as well. I think it would just take her out.
Oh, that is terrifying. And that's why we see Trix rotating over, but really, really slowly. She wants to ensure that she's not going to get caught off guard. But here we go. They push in anyway, and they do it as a team. Double team, and they take
30
Lax
seconds
down.
left.
Spike will get planted, and of course, Nano Swarm in place. All they have to do is to secure the site now. Trix falling from the back, that is a little bit of information. But Ivory,
player
paranoia out,
standing.
and she goes in the peak, gets the headshot. All that's left is Stan.
Stan, what she have for us? She has the recon. She spots the nano swarm as well.
Ooh,
Oh, nice
really
jiggle
good.
peek there.
Wow.
That was well played by GXR. Yaya just sitting there waiting, and then Ivory getting the information with the jump peek. That was very well played, and it's now 2-2. Just nice. They're following the script, all according to the script. Galaxy Racer also don't have the best economy right now. Like 4 out of 5 guns. Trix, which is Sheriff. It looks like Oasis want to kind of like do a half buy here though. I see a Bulldog, a Sheriff, and a Spectre. So I think they're going to want to give Galaxy Racer a run for the money here, going to the next round. If they win this, GXR are going to be stifled for economy.
Well, going into Claire Hookah.
Satchel out.
GXR, I mean, they don't want to lose this round for sure. And that's why we're seeing them play this very, very carefully. Like you said, if they lose this round, their economy would be stifled. So going in a little bit slow, a little bit careful. It's going to be Trix and Ivory finding the entries on towards showers. And of course, knowing where Muffin is. It's just a matter of pushing in together as a team along with the utility. Shock Dart in, they get the
Spike
kill.
planted.
The site is theirs, and it's all up to Lax. As well as the remaining Killjoy.
And Baby TZ and Lex are here with just 2
One
frenzies,
enemy
but
remaining.
they can get the kill on the Baby Yellow.
Ooh.
Oh, no. I was gonna say they can at least take 1 gun down, but Io was there for support, and that's a flawless round from them. So this is where GXR can start building their economy. Unfortunately for Trix, there's no guns on the opposite side, so she just picks up a Spectre. But this is where they build up the economy because they can buy for the next 2 rounds still.
Okay, okay. I feel like Trix would prefer something with a one-hit headshot, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she still has her Sheriff though, so that we don't necessarily. She doesn't necessarily have to use Spectre. I mean, the way you peek with one gun and the other gun are very different.
True, true.
Oh, it's actually a bait arrow.
Oh, Anko might have worked, I guess, but Anko hears the footsteps crossing all the way over the fountain. That means
Need that back.
communication. The rest of the team should know this as well.
Blocking
So they're
vision.
prepared for this push into towards the key site. And that's why we see Lax as well as Baby TZ playing these hyper defensive positions all the way at the back of the site.
That's a teleport play, and oh, that is a fake from Ivory, but she reloads.
Fire in the hole.
Okay, well, leave it up to Baby Aluka to open up the site for sure. We have the showstopper in. Can she get Lax or Baby TZ though? She gets both of them! Whoa!
That is one way to open up the site, and honestly, she really gets too much explosive kills. Like, she uses her skills so well that it's just absolutely amazing. And Baby Alka gets a 3rd kill as well. Anko does take Ivory down, and it looks like
Last
Baby
player
Alka is
standing.
going to want to tear again, but Muffin is going to take her down, but the rest of her team is going to clean things up, and Galaxy Racer secure a 4th point of the map.
4th point, 4v2. And again, Oasis economy, a little bit broken. Anko, well, round hasn't started, so I don't know. They might sell a little bit back and forth, but we're seeing Baby TZ and Lex on the shotguns.
Yeah, we see shotguns here. Anko probably wants to buy down a little bit. They're thinking about the hero players. Muffin and Anko kind of like bought a rifle and then sold it. So they're going for the half buy again. So this is a problem with a broken economy, right? And if you keep half buying, you're gonna do half buy, full buy, half buy, full buy. But Muffin gets a kill onto Aya here, so she can't even get rest. But Trix is gonna get a frag of her own, so that's gonna be a trade. But Anko actually
Ooh.
chases Trix down, so that was a bit of a scuffle in bats there, and Anko gets a gun upgrade as well.
Would be
Starting to
better.
look a bit dicey. Galaxy Racer are going into the B side instead, though, so they have to be ready for Baby TZ here. She has to judge. So if Ivory expects her, she could probably get the shot off. Okay, she gets a headshot off because Baby TZ. Okay, that's the problem, moving too much, right? But like she wasn't ready to shoot there.
Yeah. Nerves a little bit, I guess. But here we go. She gets the frag and immediately TPs in towards Elbow. Tries to cut them off on the rotate with the paranoia, but Lex just pushes in anyway. The rest of the team are already on the site, of course, with the Lyra as well. And, well, Lockdown just keeping them trapped in here for a little bit more as Baby Luca comes in from the spawn area, takes them down. It's triple headshot.
I didn't realize that this gun actually had, you know, the Nerf guns, the sponge part. When she was shooting through the wall, there was the sponge. And
dart.
actually, that's what I
Yeah.
love about the skins in this game, right? Like, I was gonna talk about the knives. Look at Baby Aluka hitting the wall right now. When the knife makes an impression, it's 2 marks, and it's not just the slash, right? She can do the slash as well, but that's what's nice about the skins here. Like, they're just amazing. I mean, some skins are a bit weird, but some skins are really good. I just don't like the sound of Elder Flame. Like, that's 100% my hated skin. Like, I would drop the Elder Flame for a plain Vandal.
You don't see that too often these days.
Yeah.
But, Prism Vandal, it's Lex again with this positioning. No information this time though, but spots the head, and it's kind of the same thing that we saw earlier from Baby TZ. Now, this opens things up for Galaxy Racer. Of course, with that one frag onto Muffin,
They're all
the
dead.
red carpet rolled out for the A site now. Spike goes down. Baby TZ can't do much.
Or anything at all. Maybe chip a bit of Ivory's armor out so that she has to buy the next round. So, like, it's difficult for Oasis Gaming now. Look, they can't keep half buying. Honestly, at some point, I would say stop the half buy, because, like, some players don't like looking at the long term here. Like, if they don't buy in this round, they can buy for the next 2. And I feel like that might be a better bet than half buy, full buy every other round. And you really need a win here. Galaxy Racer are starting to build up a lead, and these half buys are not working out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about a half buy. You do it because you kind of want to surprise your opponents. When they think you're saving, you have a half buy, and all of a sudden you get them with a headshot. But this time around, they aren't quite connecting. Plus, Baby Aluka and Ivory are getting the kills. So, definitely should be thinking long term. But for now, it's just a matter of firepower, and GXR showing that they have the bigger firepower. They're going in, and it's possibly yet again going to be another flawless victory.
It's not a surprise anymore. They're ready for this. Like, they've been expecting these buys, these pushes. GXR are playing really disciplined right now, and Oasis are, I would say, look relatively desperate here, trying to look for something that can work. That was almost dicey for Baby Aluka because she was like half moving there, but again, can we take a look at the scoreboard real quick? I think Baby Aluka, okay, has been killing it, so 14 kills already. I mean, it wasn't as crazy as her Haven game, but nonetheless, she's been doing a lot. Ivory also with a 12-3, that's a 4.0 KDA for Ivory. Like, Trix hasn't even been unleashed yet. Like, she hasn't had to do the heroic plays that she did in the previous map. I mean, she still has the hot hands, I'm sure. But she doesn't need to, because Baby Aluka and Ivory are just doing everything right now, and she doesn't even need to connect those heads. Now, this is the beauty of GXR right now, because all of them are actually fragging.
Absolutely. And, well, at least for now, this is okay. Good call on the tactical timeout for Oasis. They get to take a breather and really think, all right, what's going wrong? And of course, this time, now that they have the full buys, they need to make this one count. We're down to 7-2. we don't want to go any further than that. I mean, anymore, we could potentially see a 9-3, a 10-2 even. This is not what they want to have, so take a breather, let's think about it. Muffin even has the operator. Okay.
Gun game. Here's the gun game.
Very versatile. I mean, we see her with rifles, judges, now operator. But whether or not it's gonna work out, let's see.
Okay, that's why you need the second support all the time when you're peeking in bats. You need someone to break dart or trade a kill. It's really important to have two there.
Heavy resource being deployed onto the B site though. I mean, look at all those stars plus the Killjoy stuff.
Yeah,
Are they
that's all
anticipating
defensive.
Elika? Because of the blast pack stuff?
Yep, the blast pack stuff. But all the traps are kind of like away from where Alika typically lands. Like she always lands backside.
5v5 retake. Nope, make that a 5v2. This Lex pushes up on the elbow, finds two people, and now Baby Aluka answers back. 2v4.
Trix had to throw her life for the spike plant there because he just finished her off, and it looks like Oasis Gaming's timeout actually is working.
Yeah, this was a plan.
Diffusing.
That was a retake, and they used only one ultimate for that, so Oasis Gaming finally getting back on the board here. Muffin didn't even have to use her op there. I'm not sure if they know that Muffin has the op.
Maybe not, because it wasn't fired at all, right?
Exactly. So there's that element of surprise. So you know, like if you watch MOBAs, typically a big item spike is a surprise. Like if you use that to your advantage, you gain like a big lead. Like you get a lot of value from the first reveal of a specific item.
Oh yeah.
For Muffin, it's the same thing. It's the operator, right? When you first see the operator, it's like, oh shit, shock factor.
Aya and Trix, if they head in towards baths, they're gonna meet Muffin. And as of right now, they still don't quite know that she has an operator yet, so this could be deadly. But after the execute from Baby Aluka earlier on, Oasis starting to adapt to it. This time they're thinking twice, GXR. Not gonna blindly commit and blast pack into the site anymore. But okay, early deployment of the cosmic device. Huh.
And that's a lot of utility baited out by Baby Aluka. That's just
okay.
She did a simple fake, by the way. She jumped and
jumping
then
around?
sprayed the wall. No, she
Yeah.
sprayed the wall to fake to mask the sound. You know, you typically shoot when you mask the sound of landing. And that made it two ultimates, but Oasis Gaming are prepared. They didn't over-rotate. They get a first kill, but Trix is gonna trade. Anko goes down. Spike doesn't go down yet due to the paint shells, though.
Here comes the party. Spike planted.
Well, now it will, but Muffin misses her showstopper. Goes in for the peek, but Operator won't even do a single thing. Baby TZ trades immediately. Down to 13 points of health. She has support from her two teammates though, and Lex has been on fire. It's all up to her now in this 1v2 scenario. Gets it halfway.
Could have stuck it.
Yeah. They didn't hear her, but now she cannot stick it anymore. Uh-oh. Overthinking a little bit, and they are just holding fast over by lamps. Baby Luca might be low, but Ivory isn't. And, well, low or not, it's Baby Aluka.
Yeah, if she stuck that, she would have gotten it. But that's a gamble, right? When it comes to spike plants and clutches like that, you have to gamble that half. Like I think she wanted to gamble the half and then a kill, the double pick into a kill. But I think GXR kind of called that bluff.
Good call. Well, last round before the swap, and so far, I mean, GXR just making plays. Oasis, they're trying whatever they can, but look at how there's a difference in how they hold A and B. The players on B are all the way at the back. Meanwhile, the players on A are pushing forward. Muffin tends to want to take these duels heads on, but she's going to find one, and immediately gets traded. So we're back to a 4v4. And if they go in full commit onto the B site, 4v2, they should be able to take it down.
Can they get a double orb here and get a res? What is Sage's ultimate look like? Okay, there's a nade. Oh, Lax! That was a headshot through the smoke.
Okay. Well, I mean, the paint shells at least confirmed that Elka would be over by Hookah. But here we go. One player's detained. It's not Lax though. So you have to be cautious about how you approach elbow. There we have it.
Oh, she has the res now.
Body's a little bit too far though.
I don't think Aya should be peeking though.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
But she's kind of going for it. At least it's a double peek, but Yaya falls and now Aya will as well.
Remaining.
Like dominoes. All that's left is Ivory. Spike's not down yet.
Stealing sight.
This would be a start that you can pull off, but too many players right now, and they had control over the spike. Like when it comes to a clutch, you kind of need either a position, a surprise position, control over the spike. She had neither of those. They knew where the spike was. There was only one way to get that spike. There's no way to cover it at all. So Oasis Gaming stopped the bleeding a little bit with those 2 rounds. So instead of a 9-3 or a 10-2 that we were expecting, it was actually a 4-8. So it is better than what we expected. But still, it's a 4-round difference. And this pistol round is going to be crucial for them. GXR, light armor on everyone.
Interesting.
That's different.
Well, if they play close range and their right clicks hit and connect and they are true, that would be strong. But here we go. This is their playbook. It's something that you cannot counter, at least not on the pistol round. So they have no choice but to give up that alt orb and, of course, along with it, showers control, which means pushing in towards A, it's not going to be an easy fight. You have to worry about lamps. I mean, yeah, lamps. You have to worry about bats. You have to worry about heaven. They're still kind of... Whoa.
She got shot through.
Through, yeah. Well, that's the strength of a ghost.
Yeah, a little bit higher penetration than the classic. It really helps in these rounds when someone tries to hide inside. And Muffin, accurate even against the wall, kind of like just guessing where tricks would run into.
Okay. Baby Aluka, though. So we turned it back into a 4-4.
It's actually going to A now, the spike.
It's always, been around A, and they're just committing into this. Of course, Ivory and Aya are the only ones to put a stop to this for now. The rest of the team are already on the site as well, so things are going to fall apart very quickly for Oasis unless they pick up more kills on the board. But 2 people peeking in at the same time. Baby TZ with 1 nasty headshot picks up Ivory, looks for the second. Yaya comes in from the back, and all that's left is Lax. Very difficult. In fact, the slow art just makes it near impossible. The spike is already being diffused, and Aluka just cleans things up.
Well, it's a pretty good start by them with the opening frag for Muffin, but GXR dial it back. I think Ivory and Baby Alok are really getting all the frags here. 34 kills between the 2 players. This is crazy.
Yeah, dude. This is their hometown. I mean, it's A, it's showers, you have your Sage Ball, Ivory provides support in terms of the dark cover. I mean, it's perfect. We have yet to see a team counter this play. There we go.
Working out for them. Let's see if they can actually counter this.
They're trying. Oh, they're 3 players going for the knife on the wall.
She could have taken the orb either way, but you know, wanted to play safe there. It is an anti-eco, so let's see if she can get some kills over here.
They're not moving.
Anko is waiting for the sound.
Yeah. But Aya's waiting for the footsteps too. Spots her out. Okay. Wait, Lax is doing something with the stars.
Where?
Feigning a rotate, perhaps. The rest of the team are certainly trying to push in from a short.
They know still things up though.
1 enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Okay, that's 1 shot for Muffin, but That's all that you can get. Baby Yellow
Baby
says no.
Yellow triple kill with a ghost. She didn't even have to buy a Spectre here. That's a confidence play if I've ever seen one, because typically you kind of like go full on Spectres here.
Yeah,
And she's gonna have enough creds for an op next round, even though they lose this. If they lose this.
hang on.
Marshalls?
Marshall? Why? Why are they doing this? Okay, this is a little bit weird. Especially on the so-called bonus round. Galaxy, I mean, Oasis, they're gonna have full buys, heavy shields coming into this. The scout, Marshals, sorry, won't be able to do that much unless it's a headshot.
I mean, it's tricks. Oh, okay, no headshot there. Slowed a bit by the bot.
It might be tricks, but it's not tens, you know?
That's
Not
true.
the easiest thing.
Okay, Aya with a first frag. Okay, doesn't get a second. With the Spectre, she actually pushed out aggressively. She didn't do her bats wall anymore. And we were talking about it. Oasis need to challenge that, and Oasis have been challenging it, the bats every round, making sure that she doesn't get her orbs, but she finds her orbs in a different way. Like she looked for the orb with a kill instead.
Well, things are certainly falling apart. I mean, the orbs are not. GXR are down to 2 players remaining. And BTG seems to get a beat on where Ivory is, but wow. 1 Spectre, 1 Lady. Turns things around completely for a team. Spike goes down on A though, so they're gonna have to make a slightly quick, but albeit long, rotate all the way from the B site. And of course, Nebula up towards spawn as well. Anko and Lex are already prepared to cut them off on the rotate. They push in. And Lex is prepared, but ooh, the double swing. And of course she falls. Anko, ping the spike. She's looking for the hit. Peeks a little bit early. Gets one, dismisses away. 1v1 now. She needs the headshot, but yes, the one who gets it. Oh! What a shot. Does she have time though? I think she does.
She's got it. Okay, with 2 seconds to spare, I think. Also, didn't need to peek that right away. Like if you're the rain, right? Like, you have a bit of time. Like the time is ticking. So a defuse is 4 seconds per half, if I'm not mistaken. So in those 4 seconds, 7 seconds for the full defuse.
Yeah, 3.5.
Okay, so 3.5 seconds per half. So when you want to peek there, when you hear the defuse sound, you want to peek 2 seconds in. And the reason why you want to peek 2 seconds in is because you want to maximize the amount of time you waste for them to kind of like let go of that defuse, right? So Galaxy Racer are really strong though, and getting that round is that's a bonus round for them.
Ooh, they're switching things up this time around as well. Aya this time wall up on A short. There's only one. They've pretty much conditioned Oasis to relinquish control over showers. With Sheriffs now, they know they can do this, and it's just buying a lot of time for GXR. They cannot push through short. The rest of the team are thinking twice about where they want to head towards, and if they go through showers, Ivory might be able to figure this out.
She won't hear the footsteps though. If she hears the Raze ultimate, immediately runs into the smoke. Oh, Muffin sees her. Has to damage herself a little bit though. But that gives away a gun, so that's the dangerous part there. Trix gets a kill onto Anko. And Spike it's actually a distraction. Spike's going B. Oasis Gaming liked his debate.
Well, I think the debate will work. Yea's the only one on B, and she's calling this out to her team, but they have to worry about Muffin, who is still over by showers. Now the defender lockdown gets deployed, and they're going in to take it out. Yea does not defend it in time, but oh no, Aluka it misses as well, the showstopper. Now we're into a 3v2. Cosmic Divide is just going to make it that much more difficult for GXR to take this site. Anyone can do it, Trix can though.
Peeks the wrong side, that's a 50-50, and the Cosmic Divide just really made it hard. That was just well played by them. I mean, Stan moving forward to avoid the Raze ultimate. So the thing about the Raze ult is typically you're aiming at the furthest away from you. And then
Yeah.
you kind of have to like aim lower to shoot in front of you. You like jumping around with Razor, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
typically that's what you do. So Stan was cognizant of that and just stepped forward so she doesn't get executed by the ultimate straight up. Instead, takes Baby Aluka out. And I mean, if there's no wall right behind you, it's probably gonna like go through.
That's right. And even if you do aim down, you end up hurting yourself at least a little bit. But here we go. It's going to be Ivory contesting for Showers control. She finds a headshot.
Jeez.
Aya picks up one as well over by Short. GXR.
Galaxy right here, and those sheriffs, man, they're just lethal right now.
All right, if they actually win this round, we're gonna have to do that ultimate harmonized sheesh, or the Filipino shesh
The
for
shesh.
GXR. The shesh for GXR. Still low. They've dropped one player. Have to be cautious. The Vandals are strong, and they're trying to gain control. Suppressive fire so that Baby TZ can walk in towards lamps. And Baby Aluka might not know this. Tosses a blast back just to check.
Last player
Oh my god! Shesh!
Shesh!
No, they have no business winning
Match
these
point.
rounds, but they do
That was
because of the
incredible.
sheriffs.
I mean, not just the sheriffs. There was like some of those that right-click magic as well. I mean, the sheriff started things off. Don't get me wrong, but pushing into lamps, and that's something that Baby Aluka kind of almost even baited them into doing. 5 and 12. This is match point, and economy on Oasis Gaming side. That's a big yikes.
It's super yikes, and it's gonna be difficult, and they're gonna have to replicate what they did, but they don't have ultimates on their side right now, except the Empress, which doesn't really help the situation that much.
Off coming back.
Well, it's the similar setup.
Alarm bot down. Swarm grenade
A
out.
lot of stars up towards the east side. They're streaming in, but GX are perfectly aware of this. Could we go in for a full 5v5 retake? That Nano Swarm does so much.
It was a time where he starts things off with 2 kills from the back.
Uh-oh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, well, Stan, you're gonna have to pull off some crazy 1v5 shenanigans here, but she cannot. She's just not in the right position for this, and GXR get the revenge.
Defenders win.
They are our grand finalists. They're going to be playing against Alter Ego Celeste.
There you go.
I mean, you mentioned that Trix wanted to go for Alter Ego Celeste. They had their eyes on the prize. Oasis sent them to the lower bracket with that tight overtime, but they made it all the way. That's a complete lower bracket run here for GXR. And if they can actually take the series from Alter Ego Celeste, it's gonna be a crazy lower bracket run. Right now, they made it to grand finals all the way,
yeah.
so they've been undefeated after Oasis took them down. And this is just extremely unexpected. And GXR really have shown how much they've grown.
Just by leaps and bounds, truly. 13 and 5 is the end of that game. 13-9 for Kid My Orc, and this is just, I mean, maybe even, I don't know, unprecedented in FSL Valorant history. GXR really showing what they're made of, and honestly, moving forward, I mean, credit for Oasis Gaming, they certainly tried, and of course, we see a lot of interesting plays with the Nebula Stars as well, but I think it's just GXR on bind, the way that they play defense, even on attack as well. Baby Aluka leading the charge more often than not. And this time, Ivory stepping up to the plate too. 24-9, an average combat score of 306, econ rating of 101. I think that's going to make you very happy, Marquis.
Yeah, that's really efficient. Plus, I'd just like to point out that in Open 2, Alter Ego Celeste, it was Alter Ego Celeste versus Mad Army. Mad Army
Yes.
actually eliminated Galaxy Racer. And we were speculating who would take Mad Army's place. I was thinking the Impaler, but of course, why do I not say Galaxy Racer when they've proven themselves time and time again? And they have made this lower bracket run, and now they are in the grand finals against Alter Ego Celeste. They are finally going to face them. I think they have been dodging each other for like
A little
matchups,
bit.
but like now we're actually gonna see a best of 3 here, and let's see if Alter Ego Celeste would want to challenge Bind against Galaxy Racer, or will they ban it? I mean, We'll
I
have to
bet
see.
it. If I
Yeah,
were them,
I would
I'd
ban it
bet
too. Like we saw Oasis try to challenge that, and it's just no, it's just no way. So
Too difficult.
that's been a series, and Galaxy Racer are continuing to impress. I want to see them in the best of 3. I want to see Alter Ego Celeste. We have not watched them this tournament, but this is going to be a grand finals, best of 3 between these two teams. I think it's going to be spicy, and we're going to have to see the picks here. And I think we're going to go for a short break because, of course, Galaxy Racer will need a breather before they go to a best of 3. These girls have been playing the whole day, and Alter Ego Celeste, of course, have had a little bit more rest since 3 p.m. I think 2 games they've had rest because of being in the upper bracket gives you that advantage. GXR are coming in hot. They've warmed up. We've seen them from the upper bracket get dropped down. From the start get dropped down, and then they really elevated their game to a different level. And we're going to see how they fare against the defending champions.
Well, let's see. So we're going to go for a quick break, guys. After this, grand finals. Don't go away.